In this video, we are reviewing how to solve for the variable in an equation. And we're going to use algebra tiles to do this. So I have my equation. So the equal sign is what's down the middle. So we have like the double line on my algebra mat. So let me get out the tiles on the left and the right side. So on the right, I have 1 unit, and then plus 2x, so that's 2 x's. And then negative x means it's an x, but a red one. Okay, other side, I have an x. And then remember, whenever I have the minus and then the parentheses right here, that means that those tiles are going to go in the bottom section, in the opposite section. So I get out 5 units down here. 4 and 5, and then I have a negative x tile. Okay, so I have my tiles, and now our goal is to get, we want to solve for x, so let's get all the x tiles on one side and all the units on the other side. Okay, so for my first move, I always like to flip the tiles to the top. So let me flip these to the top. So that negative turned positive. And then these 5 units are all going to turn negative. So to show that on my paper, I'm going to draw an arrow. And then maybe I'll write flip, so I remembered that I flipped them. And then let's write what we have underneath. So I'm just going to bring down all this because we didn't do anything. And then I had my x, and then so the 5 positives turned to negative, and then that x tile turned positive. All right, so we started out by flipping, and now I like to always do my 0 pairs next. So these two make a 0 pair, so those can go away. Actually, that's all the 0 pairs I have. Okay, so let me write what I have. So on the left, I have x plus 1, and then I have 2x minus 5. All right, next, let's see if I can take the same thing off of each side. So if I take an x off of the left side, I have to take an x off of the right side. So I took that off, and I don't think there's anything else I can take off. So on the left, I have 1. On the right side, I have x minus 5. And I guess here I should have shown that I took x off each side. So I'm going to put minus x and then minus x. So again, that's showing that I took an x off of each side. And then I'm left with the line below. Okay, so last thing is we want to get this x by itself, but we have these units here that we somehow need to get onto the left, but we can't just move them over. So I need to figure out how can I cancel 5 positives. Well, if I want to make 0 pairs, how do I cancel out these 5 negatives? Well, if I add 5 positives, then I'm going to make 5 0 pairs, and then I can cancel those out. But if I add 5 on the right side, I also have to add 5 on the left side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I can show that here on my paper by showing that I'm adding 5 to both sides. And we can see that this is a 0 pair, and then also these tiles are all 0 pairs. And then now I'm left with 6 on the left side, and then just an x on the right side, and then that would be my final answer. So x would just equal 6. So again, you want to do all your moves, and the goal is to get all the x's on one side and all the units on the other side.